Welcome back to the battles between Aquaman versus Orion and who will win. Before we dive into the analysis, please remember to subscribe to the channel to support me, and thank you very much.
Aquaman, whose real name is Arthur Curry, was born from a rare union between a man of the human world and a queen from Atlantis, a powerful kingdom lying deep beneath the ocean floor. This hybrid origin placed Arthur in a unique position, becoming a fragile yet vital bridge between two worlds that have long existed in conflict and misunderstanding. As the king of Atlantis, Aquaman does not merely wear a crown of power but also bears the responsibility of protecting the vast life of the oceans. He is the voice of the seas, representing the silent creatures threatened by greed and destruction from the surface world. Deep within, Aquaman is a resilient warrior, a decisive leader, and someone willing to make difficult choices to preserve the fragile balance of nature. Aquaman has often been underestimated and labeled as a superhero who is only powerful underwater. However, this is a long-standing misconception. His superior physical strength, extraordinary endurance, and deep bond with the ocean make him a formidable warrior, even on land. Aquaman possesses immense physical power. His body has been forged by the harsh oceanic environment, allowing him to lift and control massive weights, reaching hundreds of thousands of tons. When underwater, this strength is amplified even further, turning Aquaman into an almost unstoppable force. He can withstand the crushing pressure of the deep sea, a force capable of destroying most other beings, while also enduring military firepower and heavy artillery without faltering. Aquaman is a master of the ocean. He moves underwater at supersonic speed, slicing through currents like a living spear. On land, while not the fastest among superheroes, his speed and reflexes still far surpass those of any ordinary warrior. Aquaman can communicate telepathically with marine life, sense the pulse of the ocean, and control water through sheer will. His legendary trident is not merely a weapon, but a symbol of authority, granting him the power to manipulate weather, summon lightning, and even fly between sea and sky. Aquaman can breathe naturally, both underwater and on land, and his enhanced vision and hearing allow him to detect threats from great distances. As a seasoned Atlantean warrior, Aquaman is thoroughly trained in combat and wields the trident with precision. More importantly, he is a true leader who has commanded underwater armies in battles of survival. Aquaman's strength lies not only in muscle or supernatural power, but also in the will of a king ready to stand and protect the oceans and the order of both worlds. Aquaman's feats are legendary. In extraordinary moments, he once lifted an enormous tectonic plate to seal a massive chasm on the ocean floor. The weight of that structure was estimated at millions of tons, enough to crush any ordinary being. Yet for Aquaman, it was a necessary choice to preserve oceanic balance. He has effortlessly hoisted and thrown a military submarine into the air and held steady a cargo ship weighing more than 160,000 tons, as if it were merely a small obstacle amid raging waves. These feats prove that Aquaman's physical power rivals that of any iconic powerhouse. Aquaman has proven himself against the strongest opponents. He has endured and even repelled Superman in combat, stood toe-to-toe with Wonder Woman and Martian Manhunter without retreating, and remained unshaken before villains and cosmic-level entities, such as Despero or Olympian forces. Against his long-standing enemies like Black Manta and Ocean Master, Aquaman fights not only with his fists, but with the unwavering will of a king defending his realm. Aquaman is also renowned for his extraordinary survivability. He has endured massive explosions, withstood extreme pressure in the deepest parts of the ocean, and even faced the entire Justice League under the harshest conditions. When necessary, Aquaman can call upon the power of the sea gods, control the oceans on a global scale, and unleash hydrokinesis to drown his enemies in the wrath of the seas. All of these feats portray Aquaman not merely as a superhero, but as the living embodiment of the unyielding ocean.
Please remember to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and turn on notifications to watch the earliest videos. Thank you very much.
Now we will talk about Orion. Orion is one of the most tragic and complex characters in the universe, because he carries within him two opposing destinies. He is the biological son of Darkseid, the brutal lord of the planet Apocalypse, a symbol of absolute destruction and oppression. Yet from childhood, Orion was separated from his true origin and sent to New Genesis to be raised. This was not merely a personal decision, but part of a fragile peace treaty between two opposing worlds, where a single life was used as collateral for the hope of ending war. Growing up on New Genesis, Orion was educated as a true new god, deeply instilled with ideals of justice and the responsibility to protect cosmic peace. He became the mightiest warrior of that world, representing the power of war, but not blind slaughter. However, deep within his soul, Orion constantly struggles with the violent instincts inherited from Darkseid. That smoldering rage is a relentless reminder of the blood flowing through his veins, turning every battle into a fierce inner conflict. It is this internal struggle that shaped Orion's path. He does not fight to conquer, but to prove that origin does not determine destiny. Orion often appears as the spearhead of battle, ready to confront the greatest threats in the universe. He is the embodiment of paradox, a warrior born from darkness who chooses to stand in the light. Orion possesses super strength on a level equal to supreme icons such as Superman or even his own father. Lifting objects weighing hundreds of tons is merely instinctive and requires little effort. His nearly indestructible body can withstand devastating attacks, allowing Orion to remain standing through prolonged battles with minimal damage. In terms of speed, Orion is not merely fast, he is overwhelming. With the support of the Astro Harness, he can reach orbital velocities and even approach the speed of light, turning every charge into an attack that is almost impossible to evade. Orion's reflexes are so fast that even the most powerful opponents struggle to keep up, ensuring that he almost always maintains the advantage in combat. The core source of Orion's power comes from the Astro Force, a form of cosmic energy that allows him to generate force fields, fire destructive energy blasts, manipulate magnetic forces, and directly influence the surrounding space. When combined with a Mother Box, Orion nearly reaches a perfected state of divine warfare. The Mother Box enables him to heal wounds instantly, teleport, sense danger, and resist numerous forms of attacks, ranging from pure energy to reality-warping forces. Orion is the foremost warrior of the new gods, forged in war from a very young age. The battle instinct inherited from Darkseid drives him toward conflict, but unlike his father, he knows how to control that rage in service of justice. Orion's feats are regarded as legendary, as every battle he enters bears the mark of destiny, most notably his direct confrontation with Darkseid, his biological father and the embodiment of absolute destruction. Orion did not merely defeat Darkseid, but tore out the tyrant's heart, fulfilling the ancient prophecy that he would be the one to end the Lord of Apocalypse. Orion has clashed many times with Kalibak, his brother, who shares the same destructive bloodline. Though their raw power is nearly equal, Orion consistently emerges victorious thanks to superior combat skill and exceptional battlefield awareness. He does not fight with blind fury, but with the clarity of a warrior who understands the value of every strike. Orion has endured and even overpowered icons such as Superman and Wonder Woman, even when subjected to mental attacks. He was also the one who stopped the Oblivion Bomb, a weapon capable of erasing the entire universe, while simultaneously sealing the fractures of a collapsing reality. Orion's raw strength is sufficient to destroy an entire mountain with a single punch, and his body remains standing against explosions equivalent to thousands of nuclear bombs detonating in succession. Most terrifying of all was the moment when Orion absorbed the full anti-life equation to defeat Ekruos, the destroyer of the World Tree. At that point, he was no longer merely a warrior, but became the embodiment of war, destiny, and choice itself. These feats have permanently etched Orion's image as a new god born from darkness, yet powerful enough to challenge and overcome his own fate. On a deserted island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, Orion descended in search of an apocalypse device that had fallen into the sea. While Aquaman appeared to defend his territory, Orion approached with a cold and arrogant attitude, demanding that Aquaman step aside. In response, Aquaman calmly yet firmly refused. In an instant, the conflict erupted with overwhelming violence. The two warriors charged into close combat, their fists colliding and unleashing shockwaves that shook the entire island. Aquaman took advantage of his agility and combat experience to evade Orion's meteor-like punches, while counterattacking with the trident, leaving a few rare scratches on the new god's body. Surprised by the strength of the warrior from the ocean, Orion quickly increased the pressure, delivering a devastating punch that sent Aquaman crashing through the heart of the island. Refusing to be overpowered, Aquaman summoned tidal waves and storms, drowning the entire area in the wrath of the seas. Orion soared high using the Astro Harness and rained down blazing streams of Astro Force energy. Aquaman blocked them with the trident, ancient magic colliding with cosmic energy to create a violent spectacle between sky and sea. The battle was dragged down to the ocean depths, where Aquaman truly dominated the battlefield. Orion could still breathe thanks to new god technology, but his movements noticeably slowed. Aquaman reached maximum speed, attacking from all directions and summoning massive sea beasts to restrain his opponent. A precise strike drove the trident through Orion's shoulder, inflicting a serious wound. The pain awakened the dormant Darkseid blood within Orion. In a surge of fury, he unleashed the full extent of his Astro Force, creating a catastrophic explosion on the ocean floor that blasted away the surrounding seawater and formed a temporary vacuum. The sea beasts were annihilated, and Aquaman endured a planet-level shockwave, yet still forced himself back to his feet. As Aquaman prepared to unleash a decisive lightning strike from the trident, Orion charged forward, endured the blow with new god resilience, then disarmed him and pinned the King of Atlantis to the seabed. Orion's overwhelming power and destructive energy would ultimately claim victory.
What do you think about this battle? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you all very much.